What's up, everyone? Scott Askinosi here. I am a context engineer and RAG system architect, and I'm here with a short testimonial about Contextual AI's new agent composer. This tool makes creating architecture where you can query even extremely dense, information-rich documentation happen in minutes. I have a very technical engineering document that is 150 pages of images, of text, of tables, of really complex equations that I worked with for one of my clients for about 2 months to try to get everything in the right form so that they could query it and be able to depend on its accuracy. I then decided to try out Contextual's tool, and it took me about 5 minutes to set up and about 30 minutes to process the document, which was honestly a little annoying because it did it so well. But it really works out because it means that building all of the architecture from scratch is not as necessary anymore because you have a tool that can do pretty much everything for you. The first thing you do is you simply create a data store and you drop your information into the data store. It's literally drag and drop. Once you have your information in the data store, you create an agent and just connect it to the data source. And that agent will then be able to go through and parse that information just like a typical context engineering system. The engine or the agent that I'm showing you today is right out of the box, but you can go in and modify and customize anything you want within the prompt of the agent to get it to behave exactly how you want. When you query the agents, you can see exactly what's happening behind the hood or under the hood behind the scenes, so you can know if what is happening is what you'd expect. So here we'll ask, what type of drive arrangements do I need for centrifugal fans? We'll begin to process the query, and then we can actually view the workflow. So we can see what's happening in each step, and we can also see the thought process that's happening under the hood. So we can know in real time, is this on the right track? Is this how I want it to behave? In addition, you can look at the pieces of evidence that it's pulling to make sure that you're pulling the right context. And here I have a lot of documentation around different types of centrifugal fans, which is exactly what I was hoping for. This is a mixture of text and images at this point, but let's see what happens when we research for something that's located within a table. What is the horsepower range for a shaded pole single phase AC motor? And we'll do the same thing as before, and let's check out and see if we're pulling the right information for the evidence. So we see this very first resource here is exactly what we'd hope. It shows us the types of information that we were looking for from a single phase AC motor. Additionally, when it answers the question, it also gives you those references. So if you're working with this in production, your clients or you yourself can feel secure that this information is coming from an actual source and it's what we'd expect. That's all I have for you. It's a really great tool. If you get a chance, if you're working in the space, I highly suggest trying it out.